All right, so this is my Christmas tips for you. I recently had to take a Christmas photo of the kids and the whole family. You know, my family is in Canada and right now we're in Sweden. So you really want to have something in time to send to everybody, or maybe you want to send out a Christmas card to everybody. But in my case, I was trying to get something to my mom and grandma and dad and everybody. So frantically trying to take a picture with 3 kids. And one of them's a baby. Not everybody smiles at the same time. So what I'm going to show you is how I went from this picture here to a nice happy picture here. So we're going to use Photoshop and we're going to replace some smiles, maybe even entire faces. Let's see. So we'll get right into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the picture in Photoshop and it brings me to the Camera Raw filter. Now, I can always go back in and fix this later on in case the colors don't match one picture to another. And that's what I'm going to do because I'm not sure that the lighting was the same between the picture I'm going to replace the smiles from to this picture. So we can correct it afterwards. I'm just going to fix the justification a little bit. So I take away a little bit where the wall behind the background shows. I'm just going to click the open button and it's going to open up here in Photoshop. So the next thing I need to do is open up the other picture that I need with the 2 boys smiling. You can see here the boys aren't smiling. So once I open the photo here, you can see it opens in another tab. And the first thing I want to do is I want to grab Justin's face. So I'm going to look for the magic wand. So you can use the positive brush to add more, and you can use the negative brush to take away some. I think that's pretty good. So I can also zoom in here and make sure that I have everything that I want and nothing that I don't want. You can see that I take a little bit of Justin's neck as well. So then you just take Command-C and you copy the face, and then you open the other project up. So before I paste it over, I actually have to go into the photo I want to put the face on, make a new layer, and write in something like Justin's face. Once I've selected that layer, then I can just Command-V and paste Justin's face on. So now I'm going to go into the Move tool, and I'm going to select how big his face is. I'm going to try to match it up. I'm going to move it to the side so I can see how big his face is compared to the other face that he's making there. And I'm just going to try to overlay it on there. It's a little weird right now. I'm going to zoom in. And you can see where I've kept his neck. I can actually use that to help hide that I've done this. So I have a little extra room to blend it in. Instead of trying to blend in this chin area, the chin looks a lot more natural when you have the neck. So, eraser tool. Select here the hardness on the screen of the brush so that it's not such a harsh line that you make when you cut away things that you don't want after you place the photo on. We want it kind of to be a little bit soft in this case. So set it to less hard and pick your brush size so it's not too big. So we just want to clean up this line here where his shirt is. And then just check around the rest of the hat to make sure it kind of looks okay. So now I'm going to use the blur tool and I'm just going to try to soften those lines everywhere where we put them in so it looks more natural. You can see Jake's shirt here in the background. It's a little softer than the hat, and it should be. But if I just use the blur tool just a little, you can see it just takes that edge and makes it look a little more natural on the back edge of his hat. Right? Look at that. You can see when I toggle on and off here, the face looks pretty good actually. You almost can't tell. I am just going to try to make it just a little smaller, just a little bit, and just move it up just a little bit and see if that works a little better. I'll zoom back in here. Maybe I gotta move it just a little down, right like that maybe. Oh yeah. There's just a little line right here that's driving me nuts by his neck. So I'm just gonna get the eraser tool and just fix that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's it right there. That looks awesome. Another thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab the clone stamp, and you can see that he scratched his nose at school and got marker on his face before we took this panic picture. And well, we'll just fix that right now. So now I'm gonna use the clone stamp. So you can see here, you press Option and click the part of the skin that you want to select to replace the mark. Make sure that you're taking it from a place that looks the same. It doesn't work to take it from the chin because there's all kinds of bumps there. So if I select it down here or next to the lips where it's pinker, it's going to look very unnatural up by the nose. You want to take someplace close by where the lighting is the same and the texture is the same. Now, let's do the same thing for the pen mark he has on his cheek. I'm just going to click Option and select my place and then boop, take it away just like that. And you can see that's pretty good right away. Not a lot of problems. So if you have a panic situation, you need to get your kid's photo out. Nobody's smiling. This is one way that you can kind of cheat it if you want to get that Christmas card out. There's a couple other things that I would do here. I would add a little bit of shadow down by the neck here just to make it look a little more natural and blend the shadow marks. You can see here in the end product. So you can see with a little help with the shadows, you can play around with it. You can actually get it really close. I don't think my mom and dad are gonna know that anything was wrong with this photo whatsoever. So I really hope that helped you out. And yeah, you have a good Christmas and stay tuned for our Christmas special.